Dylan. Dylan Frazier to serve. Let's play pickleball. McGuffin in the purple barking already on the first rally.
Yeah, that's a sign of the energy he's going to bring in this match. That's for sure.
James Ignatowich, who played tennis at Vanderbilt, serves it in.
That ball was probably going out, but no worries. Let me just add to the winner count on the forehand there.
Got to add. 1-0-1. Stats. Come on.
This is going to be a drive. Yep.
Second serve.
For sure, they're going to drive a lot of balls, just like last time. They had a lot of success doing it.
By far, and we'll see more of that goes to J-Dub and Dylan.
Yep, and I would expect that. That's the sort of style they really like to play. They like to wait for something out of the air, typically to attack, especially JW. And the shorter the point is, the better it's going to be for Tyson and James. They love to play those short exchanges, be aggressive on their fourths, and shake and bake, try to win a lot of points on the thirds and fifths.
Point.
Good drive from Dylan Frazier. And what makes J.W. Johnson so effective?
1-1-2.
One of the top couple players in the world.
Yeah, he plays a very commanding left side. He's one of the best counter punchers in the game, so you really got to pick your spots when you're attacking him. And he's got great attacks out of the air, so he reaches in well, pins you back well when you're trying to drop fourths, and then he gets in consistently. So he plays very disciplined pickleball, and he's a very good counter puncher. But James is on that enough to where he can get the ball to deflect to Tyson's forehand, and then they're back in the driver's seat.
So fireworks early. Johnson and Frazier jump out again. Semifinal winner is done for the day and playing tomorrow for a title.
Point.
Wow, little miscommunication there in the middle. And they're talking it over there. Tyson goes over to James. Sorry, I thought you were taking that, and I left you with the backhand there in the middle, but it works out.
Yeah, abandoned the ship, and James didn't have to think. He just swung and hit one of the best two-handed backhand rolls he's ever hit.
Second serve.
And that's a shot I and others have questioned. Why doesn't J-Dub do more off that forehand on the bounce?
2-2-2.
Yep, certainly hit that one well, and was aggressive on that fourth ball, and was able to pin them back and win the point there. Casual James is with that backhand. He's just got so much power, and he plays with a powerful paddle to boot. So sometimes those counters, it looks like he's just blocking it, but it's coming back so fast. Swiftly rejected by James. That might have been a little bit of a bait there.
Yeah, another miscommunication in the middle works out. They need to miscommunicate more often on the far side. That's a couple that have worked out.
4-2-2.
Yeah, that's also the advantage of dinking that ball with topspin. It's so much harder to flip that if you're JW and get any sort of action on it, and James is able to catch up with the counter punch.
Johnson pushes Ignatowich off the kitchen line and takes advantage of the positioning. So well done there, but nice
2-4-1
counter back with 3 there, and Ignatowich and McGuffin have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, notice where James and Tyson are not going at all right now. They're not digging anything wide to Dylan Frazier's forehand. Because to me, that's one of the most dangerous shots on the court, where he hides that forehand off the bounce really well. So clearly they have a strategy to keep the ball middle into JW's corner to set up the point for the most part.
Windshield wiper stab does not work.
3-4-2.
To the dinking and back to the dinking, and the long point again goes to Johnson and Frazier. We're knotted at 4.
Yeah, and it's not that I think that James and Tyson should pull the trigger on a bad ball there, but I feel like they're not going to come out on top of that rally very often if they don't try to make something happen. So whether it's redirecting the ball or going for a little bit more aggressive roll dinks, do something to change the pace so you don't get stuck in that really long sort of neutral rally where JW and Dylan can kind of control the tempo.
Just deep on the return, and
I can't overrule, Ron.
Don Stanley.
They called it out.
Challenge here.
There's our challenge. All right, that's point. Yep.
Okay, so
referee timeout. We have a challenge of the referee's out call. The out call puts us at 6-4-2.
Very close.
After review, the referee's out call stands. The challenge was lost. The timeout's lost. 1 timeout, 2 timeouts. We resume play at 6-4-2.
So good look at that one, and the out call stands.
6-4-2.
World-class defense turns to offense, and it is Johnson and Frazier now up 3, and the swings of momentum here have been significant.
Yeah, I like that point, though, from James and Tyson, where they're trying to be aggressive on the 4th. Tyson using his forehand to good effect. I feel like they're going to come out on top in that rally more often than not, rather than wait for something a little bit better. If you allow Dylan and JW to settle in at the kitchen line, it's not good news for you.
Point.
No, and not good news there as JW Johnson brings that all the way across the body of Tyson McGuffin and keeps it in. That's just 20 feet wide. It's 20 by 44 if you wonder the dimensions of the court.
Like that ball right there. I love the trigger pull from Tyson, where they're not fully established yet. It's a little bit of a lofty drop. You're rolling the dice a little bit. JW's hands are very good, but I'd rather you pull the trigger on that than something later in the rally when it's probably going to be more of a neutral dink. Let's see if Tyson starts to apply some pressure with the forehand here, kind of run around the backhand a little bit more. Because thus far, JW and Dylan have won almost every single one of these sort of exchanges.
Second serve.
And they do it again there. And This is the discipline that has been a differentiator for J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier. They're happy to play this way now. They get to the kitchen and then grind you out and dare you to beat their hands, which are really tough to beat. What a stab from Ignatowich.
Tyson very steady in transition. That's a good trigger pull, but rejected by Dylan Frazier. I mean, their hands are so tough. That's what makes them really good as a team, where it's very hard to go through them. And even though that's a great attack, not able to come out on top of that one. Wow.
Wow,
what a get.
J.W. Johnson, my goodness.
Some great D to get to the kitchen. And again, you're in the same sort of rally. That's trouble.
Yeah, these are not replays, but they all are looking the same.
Yeah. We've seen this movie before, and it's not ending well for James and Tyson, so you got to change something.
No, the hero keeps winning if they're in white and black.
That's a good trigger pull. And they come out on top there. The more chaos they can create, the better.
Yeah, and Tyson even talked about this in Utah, about how they play a little more chaotic, frenetic style. It helps them, and it gets the crowd involved.
Point. Timeout receiving team.
I think James kind of had a...
So game point for the 2 seed. It was close. They were down 4-2, and now they've rattled off 8 in a row, looking to make it 9.
And there you go.
Big swing. So 1 game point saved.
4-10-1.
So they have McGuffin pinned in the center there, which is kind of where they want this rally to be, because no one's really going to create any sort of chaos from that position. The angles aren't there. But if James starts to move over towards Tyson, maybe you start to change this a little bit. Missed the last one, but got what they wanted.
I love the speed up from J.W. Johnson there. Sets his partner up, just pulled it a little wide. So 5-10-1.
5-10-1.
And there's the advantage of having Tyson play the left, is he can take those forehand drops in the middle. He's got one of the best drops in the game. I'd love to see James just try to take that out of the air some of the time there. Apply more pressure.
Yeah, a guy that tall shouldn't be retreating. Good lead from Frazier there.
I think he barely got his paddle out of the way there. It almost looked like he tipped it.
Second chance to cut into this lead.
5-10-2.
And looks like a return to Tyson in singles, making him run around the backhand over there. So smart return. So game point number 2. And we have a foot fault on James Ignatowich going back to hit the backhand overhead.
And just like the last time they played this team when they had success, I think they need to try to play really short points and really fire up the crowd, because Tyson and James play better when they play like that.
Side out.
Smart to make Ignatowich be the one to scrap forward, as Tyson much better in the transition area than Ignatowich.
Yeah, I would put Tyson second to none in the transition zone in terms of playing defense. His resets from that area are second to none.
Good look at
0-0-1.
net cam on a much more reasonable day from a temperature standpoint here in Kansas City area, Overland Park to be exact.
That's great pressure there. Good defense from Dylan, but they keep firing.
Point.
And if you're going to go down, you might as well go down swinging.
That is a frustrating point to lose right there.
It is indeed.
1-0-1.
Great hands and D from Johnson and Frazier.
Point.
There's the danger of dinking middle. If it doesn't get on the ground, you're feeding offense.
Yep, JW's forehand reach in is as good as anybody's. He hits it so hard, it's really hard to protect everything at once.
And now it slides off the net and stays in. So nightmare start, and the rampage continues for Johnson and Frazier.
3-0-1.
This needs to be a timeout pretty quickly, because the locals are going to just love this Frazier and Johnson
4-0-1. Second serve. 4-0-2. Point.
Paddle clank, and the body language of Ignatowich as it goes back, not good. 5-0.
5-0-2. Point.
Boy, 6-0, and they need a hydration break.
Timeout receiving team,
called,
6-0-2.
And they're going.
A lot less aggressive, so hopefully they change something, because they're not going to be on the court much longer if they keep doing what they're doing.
No, left foot.
Oh, and the Don Stanley alarm clock goes off, and it is a push off on the footfall call. That's our head referee. Let's see the feed here. Yes, there it is. Never got it established. So you can get a fault call going backwards as you push off. So all over it is our head referee.
And you do see something different there. Tyson goes to the lob for the first time in the match.
Second serve.
Yeah, he's been hunting down some really good lobs from both Frazier and Johnson earlier, so added it to his arsenal, but then just nothing so far on offense. just is not precise enough at the end there.
No, the margins are very small, especially when you're trying to go to JW's side of the court where he reaches in so well and he hits it so hard. I'd like to see that dink go a little bit more to Dylan's side. Doesn't have to be all the way to the corner, but give yourself a little bit more margin there.
And the rare ball in the forehand of Dylan Frazier that he immediately speeds up. 7-0-1.
Point.
Now 8, and it is looking very late for the 6th seed.
8-0-1. Second serve. Eight 0-2.
And James on that one, but still, that's not where you really want to live. Tyson leaving that ball up a little bit to JW's backhand attack, and fortunately James covered for him, but definitely not where you want to leave your dinks. That's a great dig. Go to the lob again.
Oh my, what an overhead and what an angle. That is ridiculous, J.W. Johnson.
Yep, no push off on that one from the kitchen, that is, and reestablishes that foot and snaps off the angle.
It's as good an overhead as you will ever see.
And we are dangerously close to seeing Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson into the finals.
Yeah,
from the perspective of Tyson and James.
Yes, there's a lot of the fans that got those tickets that Frazier had to scrap together that are thrilled to see it.
Point.
2 away.
And this is a very good team that you're beating 11-5, 9-0 right now.
9-0-1.
This is one of those they'd love to play the final tonight. They're playing so well. That will not happen. And counter me this, Dylan Frazier. It is match point and pickle point for Johnson and Frazier in one of the most impressive doubles you will ever see. And that will do it. J.W. Johnson, Dylan Frazier, absolutely dominant.